Hey everyone, welcome to King's Movie Synopsis. Today, we're diving into Woman of the Hour, Anna Kendrick's intense new film on Netflix that brings a shocking true crime story to the screen. This movie explores a disturbing chapter in American history, where a killer managed to charm his way onto a popular TV game show. Stick around as we unpack the film, discuss its real-life roots, and take a closer look at Kendrick's powerful directorial debut. Woman of the Hour is based on an event that sounds like it could only be fiction, but it's real. The story takes us back to 1978 and follows Sheryl Bradshaw, an aspiring actress looking for love, or at least some good entertainment, on The Dating Game, one of the biggest shows at the time. The concept of the show was simple. Contestants would choose a date based solely on answers to quirky questions, without actually seeing their potential match. In this episode, Sheryl is presented with 3 bachelors, and she ultimately chooses bachelor number 1, Rodney Alcala. Little did Sheryl, or the audience, know, Rodney was hiding a dark secret. He was already a convicted criminal and was in the midst of a killing spree. Woman of the Hour reimagines this bizarre and terrifying encounter, blending suspense with the tragedy of real-life events. It's a movie that's bound to leave a lasting impression. To understand just how shocking this story is, let's talk about Rodney Alcala, known today as the Dating Game Killer. Alcala was a serial killer and registered sex offender who used his charm and wit to deceive those around him. Alcala had a reputation as a photographer, which he often used to lure young women and girls, offering to take their pictures as a way to gain their trust. His crimes were brutal, calculated, and unfortunately, went unnoticed for years. Alcala had already been convicted of violent crimes against a young girl by the time he appeared on The Dating Game, yet he managed to slip through the cracks and land on national television. In Woman of the Hour, Daniel Zovido plays Alcala with a disturbing level of charm, capturing both his charismatic side and his cold, calculating nature. This casting choice adds a chilling layer to the story because we, as viewers, know who Alcala really is. Watching him manipulate the audience and charm Sheryl on-screen reminds us that predators don't always look dangerous. It's a reminder that appearances can be deceiving, and in Alcala's case, deadly. Now, let's dive into the episode itself. Woman of the Hour takes us through the infamous 1978 episode of The Dating Game, recreating the tense moments where Sheryl Bradshaw and Alcala first interacted. Alcala, as bachelor number 1, manages to hide his true nature behind humor and confidence. His answers are quirky, and at one point, he even says, "I'm a banana, ready to peel," a line that is both strange and, in hindsight, eerily dark. As viewers, we know that Sheryl Bradshaw has no idea what kind of danger she's in, and this dramatic irony keeps us on edge. Kendrick's direction uses this tension effectively, slowly building a sense of dread that mirrors what Sheryl might have felt but couldn't quite understand. It's terrifying to think about how Alcala was able to fool not just Sheryl, but everyone on set, and millions of viewers at home. Here's the twist. Now, let's talk about Anna Kendrick's work behind the camera. This is her first time directing, and her unique approach really brings the story to life. Kendrick not only stars as Sheryl Bradshaw but also directs the film, showing a clear vision and commitment to telling this story with respect and depth. Critics have praised Kendrick's ability to maintain suspense without sensationalizing the violence, focusing instead on the psychological horror and the hidden dangers that often go unnoticed. Through her direction, Kendrick explores themes like misogyny, the struggles women face in male-dominated spaces, and the importance of trusting oneself in potentially dangerous situations. Her nuanced portrayal of Sheryl highlights the vulnerability and strength of her character, and Kendrick uses each scene to bring out the horror of the situation without losing sight of the humanity of those involved. Beyond the suspense, Woman of the Hour also leaves us reflecting on how a killer like Rodney Alcala could evade capture for so long. The real-life Alcala went on to commit more murders after his appearance on The Dating Game, and his eventual arrest and conviction shocked the nation. It was only then that the true extent of his crimes came to light. Alcala's story raises questions about how society sometimes overlooks warning signs and how charm can mask dangerous intentions. In real life, Alcala was eventually convicted of multiple murders and sentenced to death, but his case remains infamous for the shocking fact that he once appeared on national television, fooling everyone around him. The film drives home the importance of awareness and caution, showing how anyone, no matter how charming, could pose a threat. Overall, Woman of the Hour is an intense and thought-provoking film that reminds us of the darker sides of human nature. Anna Kendrick's powerful debut as a director, combined with her portrayal of Sheryl Bradshaw, creates a lasting impact, making this film a must-watch for fans of true crime, psychological thrillers, and intense dramas. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend checking it out on Netflix. But be prepared. It's a haunting story that's bound to stay with you. Let us know in the comments if you've seen the movie, and share your thoughts on this terrifying true story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive here on King's Movie Synopsis. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, stay safe, trust your instincts, and remember, sometimes, reality is stranger than fiction.